Hello everyone, you are watching a fragment of the Countdown program from March 13, 2023. Today is Monday. See the full version on Patreon. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. We no longer have a channel on Daily Motion, and this channel can be demolished at any time. Therefore, I urge all of you to distribute and re-upload this version of the program as much as possible, everywhere and everywhere. You are the army of truth. Deal your blow to the enemy in this information war today and now. And I'm moving on to the main topic. Boy, bring us an Oscar. We're entering the Kremlin. This is what the FSB show looks like with putting a golden statue of Hollywood into the doll of Agent Navalny. Actually, the configuration of the upcoming power struggle is looming right before the eyes of the Hollywood and other public. In Russia, at the moment, three real forces have formed that can clash for power right now. The first is the King Rat, with its army of FSO officers and Shoigu's army, with a pocket parliament, which, in principle, cannot be taken into account. He accelerates with one stroke of a sledgehammer. The second force is the growing power of Prigozhin's army, which the system has already recognized as serious and threatening, once it began to fight it, pushing it away from the zones and prisons, where the blue ghoul used to pick up prison meat without hindrance. True, the bald man did not lose his head and opened recruitment centers throughout the country, relying on criminalized youth from the ranks of the AWA. These are the same prisoners, only for the time being they are in the status of non-convoy officers. They have not yet ended up in prison, and this is even better. Prigozhin will personally raise and educate the militants in the spirit that he himself professes. And there, you see, having strengthened the criminal youth with ideology, it is possible to take a swing at the authorities. And the third force is the FSB, Korolev and his agent Navalny, who is already being finalized with a mythical biography, decorating it with the last Oscar-winning touches. An oppositionist, an ally of the murdered Nemtsov, an unbending fighter against corruption, poisoned for his activities, a fearless returnee, and finally, the Russian Mandela, the most famous political prisoner in the world, crowned with an Oscar. The film was shot, now at least write an icon. With such a background, the disgusting Tsar rat will soon be replaced by the Tsar hamster with the Tsar sandwich in his mouth. With one addition, in the ass this soft hamster will have the hand of the queen, who will become the true owner of the cave for the time remaining until the final collapse of the empire. During these few years, you can make good money while private armies created by regional authorities crush each other's skulls in the fight for survival. And yes, Putin has a problem. If he does not neutralize the Korolev group in the near future, the latter, as the Grand Master of Special Operations, can agree with both Shoigu and the director of the FSO, General of the Army Koknev, after which the removal of the King Rat from real power will become a matter of technique. It is hard to believe that Putin will be left alive. The West is eager to put him in the dock and interrogate him with prejudice, and this cowardly bastard will hand over all the lads like glass containers. So Putin has very little time to rock the system with all its Prigozhins, Navalnys, and Korolevs, for Anushka had already spilled the oil, and brought Oscar into the boy. And in pursuit of the analytical plot, a little chronicle from the glorious past of the main character of the Oscar-winning film. Zelensky was not allowed to perform at the Oscars show for some racial reasons. On the other hand, Navalny's frankly fascist background did not embarrass the Film Academy.
Моим сторонникам, которые удивлены, я хочу сказать вещь, что удивляться не нужно. Я 4-й год подряд хожу на русский марш.
Им стоит бояться! Да! Им стоит бояться! Да!
Кавказ соси! Кавказ соси! Москва, не Кавказ! Аллах, пидорас! Уходите отсюда! Для русских Москва для москвичей! Русские вперед! Русские вперед! Русские вперед!
совершенно нормально и уместно. И ничего опасного в этом мероприятии я не вижу.
Become our patrons now and look further in this program. Of the 45,000 Wagnerites, about 7,000 organisms remained alive, which does not prevent Prigozhin from reporting on the strength of Russian weapons near Bakhmut. Huklayush Kadyrov rushed to meet Putin. There are rumors that Putin is holding hostage his son, who visited him the other day. And that it was supposedly this very reason that made Ramzan rush to the Godfather, who pretended to be unspeakably glad to see the Don Don. In the US, the second major bank in a week has closed, Signature Bank, which was popular with cryptocurrency owners. Biden is expected to explain in his speech today how exactly the authorities will maintain the stability of the US banking system. Moscow is awaiting Comrade Xi's visit. One hopes that he will bring weapons with him, others that he will force the warlike dwarf to end the war. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said China is a systemic challenge to the global order. The UK, US and Australia plan to unveil the latest steps in a defense partnership to counter Beijing's rising military power. Moldovan police have detained 7 members of a pro-Russian spy network who arrived in the country to destabilize the situation in the wake of anti-government demonstrations. 3 suspicious drones flew in the sky over New Moscow today. They were seen in the sky above the military unit of the Aerospace Forces, where they provide air and missile defense of the capital. And that's all for today. See the full version of the program on the Patreon resource. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. And also, download this video and upload it to any resources that you have. Whole or fragmented, you decide. The information war is waged not only against me, but also against you. It's time to strike. I hugged everyone. See you on Wednesday. We will have an interesting interlocutor, pianist Andrei Gavrilov. Glory to Ukraine.